If you're one of these people that fact addiction can only be to a substance, I'm going to show you today in this video 7 emotional addiction that can ruin your life. 7 addiction that is related to emotion, or I should say 7 emotion that you are addicted to, that is or that are ruining your life. So there are 7 emotion that you are addicted to, that are ruining your life. So today we are going to go through them. We are going to see what is an emotion, how is it made, how is it produced, what is an addiction, what is an emotional addiction, and what all these 7 emotion that we are addicted to that are winning our life, and so we can be aware of it and then change it. So let's get started. So first thing we're gonna do is the definition of emotion, or the understanding of emotion, I should say. So let me teach you. Let me show you how an emotion is for. So let's say that you had here an event. Okay. So the event can be, for example, that you see a dog that is getting towards you. Okay. So you see a dog. Now, the first thing that happened, and this process that I'm showing it now, it's happening in seconds, and it's unconscious, so you're not gonna be aware of it. Okay, and it happens very quickly on the brain. So you have an event. So in this particular example, we say that the event is a dog that is coming to you. Now, the first thing that happened is the brain, through the prefrontal cortex, analyze and give meaning to the event. Okay, so the brain use learned knowledge, past experiences, past knowledge to analyze this event. Okay, so whenever the brain analyzes this event, which is in that case the dot that is coming to you, there are two things that can happen. So let's say that you had good experience with dog, and you have that dogs are friendly, and you had good experience with them. So the brain, by analyzing it with the past experiences you had, will release a certain chemicals. In that case, it could be dopamine that will make you happy. Okay, and this feeling of happiness that you have will drive you to react a certain way. Okay, so you might, for example, be waiting for the dog, and you might say, "Hey, little people, how are you? How are you feeling this morning?" So you're gonna feel happy. You see what I mean? And the same way, if the brain analyzes this event, and in the past, if you had bad experiences with dog, they might have bitten you in the past. So the brain is going to release a certain chemicals, okay, a different neurotransmitters that gonna make you feel insecure, okay. And with this feeling, you're gonna react a certain way, okay. How are you gonna react? You might step back. See what I mean? Or you might be prepared for what's going to happen with the dog. Okay? So this is how this process is made. With an event, the brain analyzes it and release certain chemicals that makes you feel a certain way. Now I'm going to show you why this happened in this order. Now, the order is that one. Whenever you see an event, or whenever you hear something, you see something, whenever you perceive something with one of your 5 senses, the brain analyzes the information. So that's the thought. Okay? The brain analyzes the information. Now, as soon as the brain analyzes the information, based on the results that the brain got from the analysis, so you're gonna feel a certain way. So here come the feelings or the emotion. Okay? And then the emotion, they will make you act a certain way. They can make you calm, they can make you stressed out, they can make you happy. So you act a certain way. Okay? So it always goes in this order. Your thought determine how you feel, and how you feel determine your action. Now let's go into the subject. Where does thing called addiction come from? Okay, what is an emotional addiction? So before I show you what is an emotional addiction, I know most people can already have a definition of on what is an addiction. But let's go through that so you can understand it better. And then I'm gonna show you what is an emotional addiction. So let's understand what is an addiction. We're gonna give it a very simple definition. Let me go to. So an addiction is whenever you surrender yourself to a substance, to a habit, or to an emotion. Okay? Is whenever you can't control anymore your this loop of doing this thing over and over and over. So whenever you're doing a thing over and over and over and over, okay? So whenever you want this thing over and over and over, it's an addiction. Now you might be addicted to a substance, to a place, to a to a habit, and to an emotion. Now, uh, how this process of being addicted to an emotion, how is it made? Let me show you. Remember that we talked earlier on the example we take on how an emotion is formed with the brain. Now, whenever an emotion is formed, depending on the chemicals that got released, you feel a certain way. Okay, and then this feeling, this way that you feel, if you feel this way over and over and over unconsciously, you'll be addicted to this feeling. Okay? Now, are you going to be aware that you're addicted? No, because you might not even know what are some unconscious emotional addiction that you have. But that's the reason I'm going to show I'm going to show you today 7 of it. Okay? Now, once you're aware of them, you can change them. Because if you're not aware of the addiction that you have, we're not going to be able to change them. Now, I said, whenever you're feeling it, whenever you have a feeling that you're experiencing over and over and over unconsciously, you become addicted to it. Why does this happen? Because this feeling, this emotion, this way of feeling, you consider it over time as something normal. Okay? So you get used to it. Okay? So for example, let's say that you are experiencing stress over and over and over and over in different event. So your brain or you get addicted to it. So you consider stress as something normal. Okay? So you get used to it. Okay? And whenever you consider it as normal, whenever you get used to it, there is something very, 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 very tricky that happens, which is it become part of your identity. Okay? Whenever a feeling become part of your identity, you no longer see it as an addiction. You see it as who you are. And we're going to go through that in a minute when I'm going to show you the 7 addiction. But I want you to understand that any feeling, any emotion that you're feeling over and over and over in different events, your brain consider that as normal. So you get used to it. So you get addicted to it. So you want more of it. And you identify yourself with it. Okay? So you identify yourself with it. You can say, I am an intense person. Okay, that's one example, and I'm gonna go through that with more example for you here. But I want you to understand that, which is very important. That whenever you're feeling something over and over, it becomes part of your identity over time. Okay, and all this process is an unconscious process, so you're not going to be aware of it. Okay, now let me show you these 7 emotional addiction that are real in your life. And once you know them, you can identify them. You can observe yourself and see which one that you might be experiencing right now in your life and change it. So let's go through it. So the first one is the addiction to poverty. You might say, how can that be possible? How can I be addicted to poverty? I'm gonna explain it to you. The addiction to poverty express itself this way. So you are not consciously wanted poverty, but what you really want, or what you really want to feel, or what you're really craving is the feeling associated with poverty. And what is the feeling associated with poverty? Scarcity, okay? Struggle, stress. Okay? So these are emotions that you, if you are addicted to, you might be experiencing the addiction of to poverty. Now, how this emotion is expressing himself? It can be it can be expressed that way. That whenever you see the opportunity for you to be abundant, either in your job, in your business, in your daily life, you are subconsciously self-sabotaging yourself. And if you don't understand what is self-sabotaging, I recommend you check the last video we made on self-sabotage. But you might be self-sabotaging yourself. You might be refusing the abundance that you're having in your life. An example could be whenever that you get paid, you might spend all the money that you have just for you to experience the feeling of scarcity, struggle, and stress. Is it something that you do consciously? No, it is a process that is done unconsciously. Okay? Why do some people do that? Why do some people experience that? It's because whenever they are, that could be a case, whenever they are expressing the struggle, whenever they are expressing the struggle that they are having, whenever they are expressing the scarcity that they are having in their life, whenever they are expressing how life is hard, they are getting empathy from another person. So they are getting attention from another person. And this attention that they are getting, this confirmation they are getting from other people, that might release a certain level of dopamine that will keep them to experience this feeling. Okay? Because the brain is always seeking pleasure than pain. Okay? So whenever they're experiencing this and they're explaining it to someone, they might feel good whenever they found attention, whenever another person understand them and confirm the belief that they have. So this can be an addiction that you are experiencing right now. Okay? And it can be expressed in your life as the reject, or it can be expressing in your life by the rejection of abundance. By the rejection of abundance in your life, in your business, in your job, okay? By rejecting things. Because poverty is nothing more than a scarcity mindset. Okay? So that's the first one. And the second addition we're gonna go through today is the addition of being busy, or we can say overworking. Now, some people experience this addiction of being busy or of overworking themselves. So they have this belief that whenever they're not doing something, whenever they are not rushing through things, there is something missing. Okay? These are the person that they can have the whole week to do a thing. and then they left it at the end of the week so they can wash through it, so they can feel this pressure. Because whenever they're not feeling this pressure, whenever they're not feeling busy doing this thing, they feel that something is missing. Okay? So even though the thing that they're doing might not contribute to the future or to the thing that they want in life, but they always want to be busy. Why? Because feeling busy or doing overwork, okay, they feel that they are doing things right. So they are doing the right thing. The right thing. Okay? Because whenever you feel that for you to experience that you're doing the right thing is for you to be busy all the time or to overwork. Overwork is it means that they're always procrastinating things. So they can feel this rush. The third one, it's kind of crazy. Let me let me show it to you real quick. The third one is the addiction of victimization. Okay? So these are the type of people that always are victimizing another external event or people as the cause of the consequences. Okay? So these are people that always victimizing the external factor. Okay? Because whenever they do that, they feel release. Okay? They feel released of the responsibility associated. Okay? So this is also a type of addiction that a lot of people have. Because a lot of people are addicted to this feeling of releasing their responsibility from life. So they are always victimizing another event or another person as the consequences, as the cause of the consequences. And these type of people, we talk about it on previous video. These type of people, it's very hard for them to change because whenever you are giving away responsibilities, you are always giving away power. Okay? So the more responsibilities you give away, the more power you're giving away from of your life. So the more responsibilities you take, the more power you have in your life. So be aware of this type of addiction, which is people that are looking for the release of responsibility of their life. Okay? So let's go to the fourth one. So the fourth one is the addiction of guilt. Okay? So this is also a feeling that people have of victimizing themselves whenever they are trying to succeed, okay? Or whenever they're experiencing certain type of abundance in their life. Okay? So you might not imagine that some people are always also feeling guilty whenever they are succeeding in any area of their life. Okay? So they think they are not worthy of this type of abundance that they are experiencing. And therefore they are washing of giving it away. They are also washing of wasting it. Okay? And these are the type of people as well that are rejecting abundance, like the addition of poverty. They're rejecting abundance. They are rejecting opportunities that can make them their life better. Why? Because they have this fear of success. Okay? So whenever that you have this fear of success, You are going to reject abundance in your life. You're going to reject opportunities that could make you succeed. Okay? And all this comes from the addiction of guilt. So a fifth one is the addiction of anger. This is also an addiction that people have, and a lot of people that has or that have this addiction of this emotion, which is anger, is for them to feel powerful, or is for them to be heard or see. Okay, these are the type of people that always look for situation unconsciously that can make them feel this particular type of emotion, which is anger, frustration. Because whenever that they have this feeling, they feel powerful, or they have this feeling that people can see them. Okay, so they have this feeling that they are in control. And these are the type of people the type of people that are frustrated or most of the time. These are the type of people that feel this anger, okay, towards things. And the thing about the brain is, even though you are consciously looking for something, the brain always express what is on your subconscious. And like we said on previous video, what is on your subconscious got into your subconscious with no awareness, and it will be expressed with no awareness. Because anything that is in your subconscious, it got in your subconscious over time with it. Okay? Over time is whenever you do it frequently. So anything that you do frequently with no awareness, with a certain emotion attached to it, will be stored in your subconscious mind, and it will be expressed in your life. Okay? So people might say, no, I'm not addicted to anger. But subconsciously, if you've experienced anger before, and anger provided this feeling of feeling powerful, heard or seen, by the release of dopamine that the brain does anytime that you've experienced anger, you feel that you're powerful, you're in control, you're heard or seen. So the brain will continue to make you feel this anger. Okay? So this is something that you must understand. Now, for the sixth one, so the sixth one is the addiction to pain. Okay? You might not imagine how many people wants to struggle subconsciously. Okay? They feel that whenever they are feeling pain, whenever things are hard, whenever they are struggling, they are doing the correct thing. Okay? These are the type of people, whenever an opportunity presents itself to them, they're not going to take the opportunity and convert this opportunity to make their life better, because they think it's too easy. Okay? So there must be something attached to it. Why? Because they are addicted to pain and struggling. Okay? And remember, neither one of these addictions are something conscious. Okay? So they're not something that you're gonna say, oh, okay, I am addicted to pain, so let me make myself feel some pain right here. It's not gonna work like that. These are subconscious processes. And they happen by the action you take that will make you feel the emotion. Okay? So for you to observe that is for you to observe yourself, your thoughts, emotion, and action that you're taking. So these are not conscious thing that you're aware of. And you say, okay, let me make myself feel some pain right here. It doesn't work like that. Okay? A person who is addicted or that got addicted before can relate to what I'm saying. Okay? So these are subconscious process. And then the last one is the addiction of fear or worry. Okay? These are the type of person that are always worried. Even though the thing or the event or the thing that is happening or the life is very simple, it's very calm. So there's nothing technically to worry about, but they are always looking for. Because here's the thing, whatever identity that you have for yourself, I said that in previous video as well, that you always look for information that can confirm your identity or that can confirm your belief. So a person who is addicted to fear and worry, this person will always look for a thing that could go wrong, thing that could go south. Why? Because this is what they're looking for. This is the emotion that the brain or that their brain wants to feel. Okay? So even though everything is correct, everything is good to go, but they're always looking for the parts that could go wrong. Why? Because the brain is addicted. And in the case of fear and worry, this is the release of cortisol. This is one of the chemicals that the brain release that makes you feel stressed out, that makes you feel worried. Okay? So remember that these are subconscious processes. So you gotta be aware on when they are happening and neither how they are happening. Okay? Because they are part of your identity. So first thing for you to change them is to be aware of them. As soon as you're aware of them, any one of these seven I've mentioned, in order for you to change them, the first thing you have to do is to be aware. Because all change begins with awareness. Anytime you want to change, anytime you want to change your life, anytime you want to change any particular type of your life, the first thing that you have to do is to be aware that there is a possibility for you to change. Because our belief keep us in a box. And we believe that the world, the way we perceive it with our belief, is only within the box. Now, one way for you to change yourself, one way for you to change your identity, your belief, the first thing you have to do is awareness, is what some people call the bridge in the matrix, is for you to be aware of something that is outside of your belief, that is outside of your perception of life and yourself. The first thing that you must have is the awareness that something else exists. Whenever you have belief or addiction to poverty, to fear, to worry, to guilt, in order for you to change them, the first thing you have to know is the awareness that they can change. And also the awareness that they are addiction. Because if you are considering them as part of yourself, you will not have this willingness to change. Don't you see a lot of things that are happening in the world with things that people assign the life to as their identity? Is your identity that makes you uh have this willingness to die for your country? Is your identity that makes you feel that you're fans of a team, so you identify yourself with it? So whatever belief that you identify yourself with, without knowing that this is bad for you, this is an addiction. Because here's the thing: the brain wants to conserve things that are normal to it. So anything that the brain perceive as something normal, the brain is always trying to save it. Why? Because the brain does not like insecurity. And we talk about that on previous video on how to normalize your goals. Because not all the things that your brain normalize is gonna help you. Some of the things that your brain normalize will destroy your life. But the brain still gonna use it over and over because this is what is normal. So someone who feels that scarcity, that struggle is normal, this person is gonna crave, is gonna have this craving of feeling struggled as something normal. And whatever thing that you normalize, we talked about in previous video, whatever thing that you normalize will be part of your subconscious over time. Whatever belief that you normalize. Okay? So all of these addictions that we've talked today can be changed with the awareness. The awareness that they are addiction, and the awareness that they can be that they can change. But all change begins with awareness. Like we said, all change begins with our awareness. And as soon as you have the awareness, the next step is the decision. We talked about it previous video as well. Decision. The decision to do it. As soon as you have the awareness that there is possibility for you to change your life, the next step is for you to take the decision to change your life. And as soon as you take the decision to change your life, the next step is expression, which is expressing your decision through your act on a daily basis, over time, with no awareness. Because anything that you do on a daily basis with no conscious thought, like with no cognitive energy while you're doing it, and you keep doing it over time, will start in your subconscious mind. And like we know, anything that is in your subconscious mind must be expressed. Okay? And that's the reason. The reason that awareness is the reason why awareness is the first thing for you to change is because awareness is what gives you the clarity that something can change. Okay? And that's the reason I am inviting you today in our next seminar. If you really want to change your life, if you really want to make a decision to change your life, if you think your life can be better, if you think that you can live this experience of life that you are experiencing right now, if you think that you deserve something better, if you think that you can take control of your life, the first thing that you have to look for is the awareness. Awareness that this can be done. Okay? You have to see that. You have to see that there is a possibility for me to change my life. And for you to have this possibility, or for you to see this awareness, for you to change your life, someone else can provide you the step. Someone else can provide you the step that they use to get them where they are. And that's the reason, if you want to participate with us in our next seminar, where I'm going to share with you information that will provide you clarity for you to take a decision to change your life, I'm gonna get the link on the description of the video. You're gonna see it where you can click right there for you to register in our next seminar. And from there, after you get the awareness on how you can change your life, you take the decision, if you're really serious about your life, to change your life. Okay? And by changing your life, I mean by changing who you are, your identity. How do you change your identity? By changing your belief.